afternoon. You're watching Times Now. I'm Sagarika Mitra. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, has reached Parliament. In moments from now, he is expected to speak. But before that, let's tell you about what Prime Minister Narendra Modi said. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made a strong and an emphatic appeal for Nari Shakti Bill. He's written on social media platform X, he's urged all political parties and all MPs to rise above differences. He also said that all apprehensions have been addressed. All those doubts have been dispelled. He also said that there should be unanimous support to ensure the bill's passage. In a strong remark, the Prime Minister said it's time to end decades of politics over women's reservation and it's time to deliver on long pending promise. He then stressed that women must be given their rightful place in governance, flagging their representation, their low representation in legislative bodies. I'm going to read out what the Prime Minister said. He said in a post in Hindi, he said, संसद में इस समय नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम को संशोधन पर चर्चा चल रहा है. So the Prime Minister here is speaking about how the debate is on. He spoke about how all the doubts have been dispelled, and then he also reminded MPs to keep women in mind, to keep in mind their own mothers, their daughters. He said that we must remember this has been a long pending promise and it's time to deliver. The eyes of millions of women are on us. This is what the Prime Minister said. An emphatic appeal, Mohit, to the MPs. The Prime Minister once again calling for consensus. Even yesterday, the Prime Minister said that I'm ready to give the opposition a blank check for credit, but when it comes to this bill, let's not delay it any further. Let's not allow politics to block this bill, which is the most important reform of the 21st century. Take our viewers through all the other details of what the Prime Minister said.
Well, within a span of 7 minutes, Prime Minister has come out with two social media posts. PM clearly has reached out to the opposition party leaders, and in fact, not just the opposition, all the member of parliament, saying that this is a historic moment. This is a moment where we can give women their rights. For 4 decades, this bill was not passed, was not taken for consideration, and women has been waiting for a long time to have a proper representation in the legislature. So clearly, as of now, PM says that it's not about politics. It's about creating history. The voting will take place shortly from now at around 4 p.m. and he has urged everybody to come forward just to ensure that women get their due. So clearly, on one hand, we know that how the numbers are not in favor of the government when it comes to the constitutional amendment. You need around 360, the ND has around 293, and hence it will be very difficult for the government to reach to their mark. But then these are also the by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi too, that how they are ready for the passage of this particular bill. But it's incumbent upon the opposition party leaders, specifically the Congress, Samajwadi, those who have substantial number of MPs in Lok Sabha, that they also need to come out and they need to stand with women. So the message has gone out from the Prime Minister. We have to wait and watch what exactly will pan out when the voting takes place, because the opposition parties have clearly stated that they are not against women reservation, they are against delimitation. And shortly from now, Rahul Gandhi, LOP, will speak. So whatever he will speak will set the stage for voting too. Now, if he attacks the government, if he says that the government has done wrong, then we can understand that the Congress and the other opposition parties will not vote in favor of the bill. So shortly from now, we'll hear from the LOP that what exactly is his stand on the women reservation and what exactly he has to say.
Absolutely. And like we've been telling our viewers, the voting is set to take place at 4 p.m. But at a time, Mohit, when the Parliament is in the middle of a high-stakes debate on women's reservation, delimitation and Lok Sabha expansion, at a time when the Lok Sabha is set to vote on 3 crucial bills after the marathon discussions, the focus is on the government's notification on the 2023 Women's Reservation Act. Now, last night, the government notified the act, essentially bringing it into force from the 16th of April, that is yesterday. And this move came even as Prime Minister Narendra Modi turned the entire debate into a political and moral test for the opposition, telling the opposition that Bharat's Nari Shakti is watching, effectively asking the entire opposition to take a clear position on women's quota. Now, opposition parties in the Lok Sabha have raised questions over the government's move. Congress's K.C. Venugopal and DMK's Kanimozhi have asked how the government could in fact, introduce and debate amendments to the 2023 Women's Reservation Act before actually bringing the principal law into force. They also pointed out that the notification activating the law was issued late last night after the amendment bill had already been introduced and also discussed in the House. They are seeking clarity. The opposition members are questioning the logic and the timing of the move.
In an extraordinary situation, an extraordinary gazette notification came yesterday night 9:55. Sir, one point, sir. My point, sir. Two issues, sir. Yesterday morning, Honorable Law Minister introduced the constitutional amendment of 2023 constitutional bill. This gazette notification is very clear. SO 90/22E, in exercise of the power conferred by the subsection 2 of the section 1 of the Constitution, 166th Amendment, Act 2023, the central government hereby appoints the 16th day of April 2026 as the date on which the provision of the said Act. Sir, our question is only one question, sir, but 1 minute. Without notifying, without notifying, how can the minister move an amendment for the Constitution?
I stand before this House today not just as a member of Parliament or as a representative of the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, but as a voice of the 8 crore people of Tamil Nadu who've been told in the midst of our state elections that their votes will count less and their voice in this Parliament will be diminished. And furthermore, it's really shocking that yesterday we are discussing the bill here. You've taken your own time to notify, and yesterday when we discussed, you've called us here, we are discussing the bill here, and then what is the need and what is the necessity to notify it yesterday? What is the meaning? What is the respect you have for this House? Sir, the government has introduced 3 bills in this special session, called in haste and time to disrupt the ongoing elections in my state and many states. And I rise to oppose these bills on the behalf of my party and my state. Let me start by saying that these 3 bills, disguised as if they are in support of the reservation of women, constitute the single greatest assault on Indian federal structure.
पॉलिटिकल रंग कौन दे रहा है मोदी जी? क्या आप सारी दुनिया को ऐसा मानते हो कि वो आपकी समझते नहीं? आपको 2023 में एक्ट पारित हो चुका है, अब आपको डिलिमिटेशन सेंसस करके डिलिमिटेशन करके इसे लागू करना था।
ऐसा है, इस सरकार से ज्यादा अनएथिकल और बेईमान कोई सरकार हो ही नहीं सकती है। जिस पर चर्चा चल रही हो उस दौरान आप नोटिफिकेशन करें। दुनिया में कहीं ऐसा नहीं हुआ कभी भी, और तो भी डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री में। वी आर असेम्ड ऑफ इट।
Now it all boils down to the numbers. We are looking at the 2/3 challenge. Does the government actually have the numbers? And that is why there are questions that are being asked. For now, the opposition is asking why was the act notified only last night after a marathon debate. But let's come back to the numbers. So a constitutional amendment, like you know, viewers, needs 2/3 majority. In the Lok Sabha, the numbers that the government has is 292. The government needs 360, so it falls short of 68. In the Rajya Sabha, the government has 138 and the government needs 163 when the government has fallen short of 25. So this is what the numbers look like. Meanwhile, we are now going to tell you about what Shiv Sena UBT MP Priyanka, I beg your pardon, Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi has also launched a sharp attack on the government. At Times Now's Unlocking Nari Shakti conclave, she questioned the centre's intent, raising concerns over implementation and representation. Let's listen into what she had to say.
So tell me, this latest Gazette notification which the government has put out past midnight yesterday, which operationalizes the law which was passed when you were a member of parliament, the government is saying that, look, let's follow the process. This is the original option, option A. Let's have the delimitation, let's have the census, let's have the delimitation, and then we'll implement 33% reservation.
So exactly what the bill says, and clearly says census and delimitation. It doesn't speak about adding seats inside the parliament. That is what is happening. And then you had linked it to the next census after the bill is passed, which is the 2026 census. It should have started earlier, 2024. It's long overdue since 2021. So now they're saying, no, we won't be able to complete the process. So let's go back to 2011. Now, even the 2011 is 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So we need to have figures, so that is what is the problem. And the second problem would definitely be, Zaka, you could have taken the opposition along, you could have spoken about what is in your mind, how are you planning to implement it. Even now, the bill as it comes, it doesn't speak about proportional representation, which Amit Shah ji reassured on the floor of the House. Very clear, you don't need to circumvent anything to bring in women's reservation. Be very clear about it. Women were promised that they would have 33% representation in the parliament, a long-holding commitment that we have made to the women. Instead of implementing it in 24, we are implementing it in 29. That has to be done as is. Why are we going on continuously linking it? We can go and change the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, bring an amendment and say we are delinking it from the census and delimitation. So, have the women out there in the parliament. These are excuses to not have women in the parliament.
So, for example, if they were to do the delimitation, the census and the delimitation, if a state like Maharashtra loses out, as you...
Thank you, Speaker.